Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. We are back with yet another map rando, and I am joined by the one, the only. It's Aussie 101. What's up, Aussie?
Hey. Glad to be here. More map rando for everyone out in Speed Gaming land. Having a little bit of a drought in the tournament, so we're here to fill with the community weekly races. This one about to start soon. We just started the race stream, so we just need delay to catch up, and we'll be underway.
So here's the big question, Aussie, because everyone's excited for the end of the map rando tournament. Are you ready to kick Nitro's rear end?
Absolutely. Uh,
Excellent.
Nitro doesn't stand a chance. Easy win. Gonna roll right into uh, I guess Eddie is who I'd rather face.
Fair.
Yeah. So
Eddie versus
Also
Oats
out
should be
after this
insane.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a rough week for Oats, unfortunately.
Eddie's been grinding. Oats, just coming back from vacation. So Nitro coming back from vacation. You and Eddie have the advantage on that. But I don't know who's gonna have the advantage here between Gameaholic and Bambi.
Yep, these are both new to the restream. Like I tried to pick based on race time points, and these two are very similar in their race time score. So expecting a close race from both. Gameaholic has been around for a very long time, but Bambi is going to be new to these weekly races that we've been doing.
Yep.
And we get an early high jump start.
Wow, what a start.
Early map, too. Maybe even
Okay.
bigger to have the map.
So we get map, we get another major, early supers major, upper right major, Ridley right at the top of the ship by Fireflies.
So this should be supers and an E-tank, I think. There's an item to the right of ship at BT, I believe it was. And then top left of this farm room. Gonna be another holodot. The holodots are going to be E-tanks, power bombs, supers, or reserve tanks.
Yeah.
There are pink doors on the path, so that's why I expect to see supers. We can't use power bombs yet because no morph. And then they have to do a heated room down below where Gameholic is right now. And so I expect, because we're on hard difficulty, that it's going to want them to get an E-tank. And that's what Bambi found in BT's room. But there's a farm room here, the Kraid farm.
Supers. Still need that morph. Early high jump is definitely interesting, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Like map rando, you don't always get a morph right away. You have to look for it a little bit.
Oh,
If you're used to
especially in
seeing
hard
dash,
settings, yeah.
yeah, dash just forces morph right away. Map rando has a bit of variance to it, but he usually shows up pretty early because it locks so much.
Yeah.
And there it is. I didn't see what we do with morph.
I didn't either.
I think it's where Gameaholic is. Yeah, looking at Bambi's map, we have to go through the Edikun Spikeway, the Edikun E-Tank room with the morph. That leads to a couple hollows, early supers, so we get to see the early super mock ball. Hopefully everyone's practiced on that. Kind of a
Interesting.
typical hard logic strat.
Yeah, so there's Bambi's morph.
Shoutouts to WX Fan here on tracking, as well as doing commentary.
Love it. I told Aussie, I'm like, you've done it before. I'm like, I'll go ahead and do it now. Give Aussie a race off from doing it. If you also want to volunteer and hang out with us and you want to do commentary and or tracking, make sure you join the Map Randomizer Discord. Go to the race planning section, and sign-ups are at the top of the page there. And also, while you're over at maprando.com, go try a seed. I've completed 2 basic trickies. And I got the complete Maprando experience in my first ever seed. Soft lock, crumble blocks, beating Stragon 6 times. I got the whole experience.
Yeah, maybe something that's not obvious when watching races is like you have to learn how to navigate the world and how to explore, how to read the map, and all that. So I kind of suggest playing on a lower difficulty than you're capable of to start, but just so you can figure that out and not have compounding issues.
Yes.
I'd also like to advertise that people are trying to put together like less stressful races now. So not worth race time points, lower difficulty. They're called chill races, and they're just to help get people into racing and learning the hard tricks, because Map Rando is very customizable, and so kind of the design idea is to gradually build up what you know, like which tricks you know, and build into being able to play hard seeds, adding a few tricks at a time. So there's a group trying to help people out with that.
Bombs.
Or bombs. Bombs give infinite vertical height. Did you know?
Yay! So I think one thing, again, if you're interested in working your way up, as we see some people in chat wanting to do that, like I said, I've done 2 basic trickies. And as much as I say it all the time here, save early, save often, and get to the map stations, when you're actually in just one of these, it's like sometimes, yeah, I want to go save, but then you're like, oh, I've played this game a while, I've watched it enough, I can go do it. Yeah, well, take it from me. Don't do that. And also, save after you defeat Dragon with 3 energy tanks and 1 reserve, and do it that way, and not have to go beat him again because you were way too stubborn to go ahead and not wanting to save afterwards. So, it's customizable. The medium tricks, Aussie, I think are actually pretty interesting, because basics are your wall jumping and stuff like that, but the medium tricks are really interesting.
Yeah, the medium tricks are... I don't know how to describe it.
They're weird. Go to the logic and check them out,
Weird.
because when you're customizing a seed, you can literally see and turn on or off any tricks that you don't know while you're learning.
Yeah, so basic is like what you learn playing the vanilla game. Medium is kind of like you're trying to learn speedrun strats, I guess. It has IBJs. It has multiple wall jumps. Spring ball jumps is in medium, because like a lot of the time it's associated with really difficult things. But buffered spring ball jumps aren't really that hard to do.
Yep.
And then hard is where you get into actual speedrun tech. So medium is kind of like the fundamentals.
Yeah, underwater gravity jumps from a different room, etc., etc. Now, what is the major going to be over here? We've seen some heated rooms. Are we getting our first suit? And we're not going to find out.
Yeah, leave that as a surprise for the next visit to the room. North Fair Reserve with 1 E-Tank. I'm pretty sure is not in Logic.
I wouldn't think
into the item handout.
That's a tough room to begin with.
Yeah, I wanted to say before we get too far away, I did play a basic Desolate Seed. It was yesterday, because I was testing out Shuffler. And it gave me a lot of trouble, actually. It was wild map, and it was just hard, just trying to figure out the map. And so, the basic part was as easy as it gets, but then the map itself was just confusing.
One thing that's also interesting, like, you know, you hear Aussie, myself, Eddie, Emmett, a lot of racers talk their way through the seeds. I was finding my way doing that too. Throughout some of these, looking like I got this item, I got this. And then when you start getting multiple items, And also, we've run into this before, whether it's commentary or playing the games. Okay, we get these items that actually unlock 2 different areas, and now you're really trying to figure out what the logic is and figuring out where to go from there.
Yeah, after a certain number of items, I just give up on trying to crack the logic. But it's pretty useful in this early game.
Mhm.
The screw attack, very
Like that
nice.
screw attack.
Yes, what could screw attack mean? Once you have morphin power bombs, screw attack usually means key hunters. A way
I
to
was
kill
gonna
them.
say 3 Musketeers. Ooh, what supers?
Yeah, supers are good. Got a healthy number of power bombs plus morph bombs. So you don't really want to see power bombs anymore.
Nope.
Like maybe you want to think about crystal flashes, like eventually. But in terms of running out of bombs, you're not really worried about that anymore.
No.
We saw Ridley on the right on Bambi's side. So the X's on the map are going to be the objectives. We were playing on boss objectives. So the 4 main bosses plus Mother Brain are going to be X's on the map. We see a plus sign on the map on Gameholic's side. That's a health refill. The ammo only refills are going to be the missile icon or the rocket ship. The ship is a health refill. We see some squares. Those are the maps. The maps are very important. So you want to head to the maps generally right away. But we're still in the early phases of the game. We're looking for the basic movement items. We do have a lot of the ammos. Like you don't really need missiles to open missile doors when you have supers.
No. I also want to. I also
yeah.
want to point something else as Bambi goes through
Ah,
Metroid Room
Gameholic,
3.
watch out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Screw attack puts in this room here. It's just grapple, which does help. So screw attack puts the Metroid rooms into logic because when you're able to screw attack and you hit a Metroid, the Metroids bounce off of you. They can't lock onto you while you're in screw attack.
Yes.
So Bambi's doing Metroid Room 3 in logic, Gameaholic is not.
Yeah, Bambi also has another energy tank.
Mm-hmm.
So the Norfair Reserve is
Now in logic.
pretty likely in logic now. Screw attack for the Metroids and then energy tanks for the reserve. And then actually moving through Norfair Reserve, as in not falling in the lava, that comes into play around hard logic.
Yep.
Saying that you're able to do that.
Yeah, Gameaholic getting grabbed again, unfortunately.
So all for grapple, and that's not going to be immediately helpful to Gameaholic when they get over here. And then I'd need to see the map again to know what we're supposed to do next. But it's likely a use for that grapple. Okay. Bambi looks to be okay this time through.
Yep.
Oh, Gameaholic going for a powerbomb kill on the Metroids. That's gonna get rid of them.
Yep, being a little bit safer. Also, if you're unsure... Sorry, Aussie, go ahead.
The safe way to do this would be to kill them all and then save, because the reserve room here is still really dangerous.
Yep. I think Gameaholic really just wants to peek at what the major is, thinking
Yeah,
that it could be a suit. Also, for what it's worth, I tried a hard tricky seat with all these tournament settings, and what Gameaholic's doing was very difficult for me to do. I could not do it. These very tight, precise wall jumps that a lot of racers make look easy is actually very difficult. You gotta hit them twice, kind of like pixel perfect, and they're very, very tough to do.
So it's actually different with high jump, and they do have high jump.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the jump window smaller, but you actually only need to do it once.
Right.
If you jump to the middle one.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to start from the middle one, though. Otherwise, you have to do it twice. But people do find that turning high jump off can help, because it is more lenient.
You're welcome, Beardness. And listen, Aussie can only handle one of me. I think my wife can only handle one of me. We don't need any WX fan clones.
But the C command, there's two of you.
Exactly. So, alright. Bambi's now actually going the way that we saw Gameaholic try for probably a good couple minutes originally, was to try getting to the east of Crateria. And Bambi, now with that grapple, has this piece in logic. So...
I did see Key Hunter stairs on Bambi's side. But otherwise, I'm not aware of how this map looks.
I don't think we've seen further enough to the east yet. So, I'm not sure if Gameaholic's aware, but if you can... And I know it takes a little bit longer. You can actually knock the Metroids off of you with the bomb. If you get caught.
I would think you'd know that. I've watched a lot of Super Metroid.
Yeah.
But you
But
do have to
also-
practice it. Like it's not obvious how it works.
Also, at the same time, and we've said this so many times before, race formats are completely different. You can just sometimes forget some of the most basic things.
Right now, I'd say Gameaholic is trying too hard to get to this item
Agreed.
because hasn't made it to the item yet and still has to get out afterwards. So Spazer on Bambi's side.
Mm-hmm.
But Gameaholic having some struggles here, and that means Bambi is pulling ahead in the 1v1. So we're really going to focus on what Bambi's up to for now. Go for Spooky Missile, which is a major. Base jump.
Space jump makes sense. So Gameaholic's finally gonna peek the item. And
Yep,
gonna
let's
see
grapple.
grapple and realize that, yeah, Gameaholic wants this.
I'm not sure that...
But you can't get it on
I haven't
this,
seen a
but
use for grapple yet.
It was to cross, I can't think of the I can't think of the name of the room, but it's the underwater farm room to Green Gate in the Croc area.
Sure, we'll see it again.
Mm-hmm. Gameaholic tried getting across that room earlier. Couldn't get there.
Oh, the Grapple Tutorial 3. That's what it's called.
Interesting. So, yeah, that room.
But once Gameaholic gets Screw Attack, yeah, you don't actually need to go that way. That path might be there for, like, health reasons. It's going to cost less energy. You
Maybe. So
take the non-heated path, and then you have enough to go down.
Yeah, there's one major to the far east of Crateria, but I definitely think this is probably a play for Brinstar.
Yeah, I think I saw some speed locked rooms to the right. It looked like Croc Escape right there. We have high jump, so Oasis is possible to return through. There's caution tape and down doors that lead to water rooms because you can't jump back up to reach the door a lot of the time if it's a water room down there. And here's what grapple usually means. Grapple through a
Everest.
ghost. Gameaholic run around the dark. Knows this room well.
Bambi's got to be extremely careful. Jail had just a missile. Bambi's got 10 energy and is going to reset.
It could have farmed the crabs, could have gravity jumped back up with high jump.
Yeah. There you go, Gameaholic. There's that screw attack.
Next to a farm room, too. So we've entered a new region. What's the first thing that we try to do?
Get to the map station!
Uh-huh. So logically, doing this grapple room, Everest, makes the most sense to find the next piece of progression. But to get the most information, you'd head to the map station. And we have a lot of movement items, a lot of like all the basic ammos, and low on health, but it's still pretty likely we can get there. Okay, there's a lot of audio delay. So what you do in this situation is reset the stream. That makes everything go dark for a minute. So I think that's what I'll be doing. Just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, you're good. Like I said, I noticed it, and so figured we'd say it. But in the meantime, what's going to be really interesting is seeing how Bambi continues to navigate here through Everest. Bambi knows the bottom left door is jail. Now about to check the bottom right door, which is super locked, which is interesting. Actually pretty interesting, Aussie, the fact that Klein Tower was there as well. We're just rebooting the stream, folks. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So that just takes a minute to come back up. This should resync any issues that were unsunk.
Yeah. Sunk. Unsunk. Things.
That's right. Yeah, we've seen some space jump, at least on the frame I get. Space jump
frame I
really
get.
helps with heated rooms. Go a lot faster and save health.
Chad saying streams entering a tunnel.
Speed booster. Very nice find. A little hard to keep.
Speed booster is a nice find, though.
Yeah. So, touching back in on Gameaholic, it has the extra E-Tank, has the screw tack, is going to go for the grapple beam, which seems required as far as we can tell.
Yeah. I don't see how you can get around it. Unless that far off major is gravity.
Mm-hmm. And the randomizer is not going to try to give you gravity somewhere easily reachable like that.
Typically, and I believe you're the one who's taught me this, Aussie, is typically far out of the way majors are filler. Typically?
Not really. No, it's progression is going to be at the hardest to reach place. So you have to do some kind of hard level trick.
Gameaholic just getting out of Meridia Reserve with 4 energy. Now having to go against Rankus and Metroids. Ouch.
Oh no. Pulled in more.
Hey,
no!
No!
And has to do this wall jump up to the gauntlet entrance every time.
Gameaholic's getting in his wall jump practice like I was getting in my Dragon practice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we see on Bambi's side
Spring Ball.
Another bad Metroid room. Metroid's 4.
Mm-hmm. With 54 energy. Oh my, Ranker's doing 40 damage. Rankus, please.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
yeah.
Sorry, that Spring Ball loss is going to really help with this underwater movement for Bambi.
The thing is, the speed booster was behind heated rooms and not really water rooms. So still looking for more health.
Mm-hmm.
Would kind of like to have a health refill now as well.
Yeah.
The crabs at the bottom of Eversphere actually do count as a full refill. Just with how it's written.
I thought Bambi wasn't going to destroy that crab in time and was going to get bonked to have to go back to the save room.
Grapple's a fantastic weapon. I don't know who all knows that, but it's something you learn in arcade.
Mm-hmm. Also, as chat points out, Gameaholic is finally done with that stupid section. I mean, that section. I said the stupid piece. Back to Climb Tower for Bambi.
Yep. So picking another door. Hey, it's a health refill.
Bambi will gladly take that. I never knew the name of this room, so I always called it Blue Tower, because blue. We got a green tower, we got a red tower, I call this Blue Tower.
Call it the climb, because you climb it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's Speed Booster again. Should have plenty of health to get in and out. So we're doing pretty good on movement items now. Just missing the beams and suits.
Yep.
So that would make this a seed where you want to pick up all the majors.
Yep. Twinkie it is. This is hard tricky. Same as the tournament. So
Yep.
Gameaholic finally through Grapple Tutorial 3.
Yeah, this is the weekly community race. It's every Wednesday night and Saturday, early evening. We have these weekly races. Lots of people join because they know what it is. And we just do hard tricky seeds, pick 2 of the racers from the race room to restream. Here we have Gameaholic, who's been around for a long time. Played lots of Map Rando, and then we have Bambi as the opponent, and both of them should be fairly evenly skilled.
Mm-hmm. Gameaholic gets through.
Sorry. The difference in this race is Gameaholic had a lot of struggle with Norfair Reserve Room.
Yeah.
But is on course now.
Gameaholic kind of flew through Wasteland Entrance Room. No problem whatsoever.
Yep. Can pick up
Gameaholic gonna go grab that space. Bambi, no problem getting through East Ocean.
Yep, high jump, space jump makes the East Ocean pretty easy to do, but high jump, spring ball would also work. And heading towards this map in Norfair. It's to the right, but your choices are up and down. Oh no, caution door.
Big pink?
It's not big pink.
It's amphitheater.
Right, so important thing about Map Rando is that the physical map has to fit together. And the big pink is going to have a door right above the caution door, the crumble block door. That'd lead to the Mission Impossible room through the powerbomb blocks. Directly above that is going to be another door. It's like the main entrance. So you need to think about how certain rooms are going to fit together. And there's only a small set of rooms that have the caution tape on the right side. So amphitheater, we've already seen ice beam shutters, the top door.
Yep.
There's the Yoink room, big pink, Torian hoppers. So you just need to go through each of those and see which one you think it's going to be.
Oh, we'll find out. It is. Ooh.
Some missiles here in the wall.
Yeah. We haven't seen many missiles yet, so gladly we'll take those.
True that. Yeah, the map icon for missiles is going to be the single dot. So you don't always have to reveal the item to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. So Bambi is going to farm these key hunters to go through the heated room.
Yeah, it just wants a safer path.
I
Even
don't.
though the heated room probably goes there.
I
Probably
don't
goes
blame.
to the
There's
map.
the save station.
Okay. So now it's less risky to go through. You always have to think about how you're going to come back from whatever play you're making. This must be a refarm.
Yep, it is. Gameaholic. Okay, so this is interesting. Gameaholic's going for the major, Aussie. Bambi didn't. Bambi went right to Norfair. Gameaholic now in a Coliseum is going to go all the way across towards that major.
Okay. Could be big, be a suit.
If
Could
it's a
be a
suit, it's a
reason
game.
that Bambi didn't go this way.
Yeah. If it's a suit, it's a game changer for Gameaholic. Absolute game changer.
So Batoon is there, but there's a lower path that might be possible. The top path is Batoon.
Yep, there's Yoink Room. Butterfly Room.
Yeah, I think there's a water room over here. No? Seems clear.
Oh yeah, clear. Free Ridley Room for Bambi.
It is a charge beam. Oh, that's pretty nice. So that's not a major, huge game-winning advantage to have charge beam right here, but it is really big because we haven't found a whole lot of ammo yet. Oh, but there's Varia. Bambi first to Varia. Charge being so out of the way here means it's going to devalue all the other majors too, like Ice Wave and Plasma. Since Bambi likely doesn't get it.
So we got another major here by Retro Brand. Mama Turtle double missiles. Aqueduct doesn't have anything crazy. Another major way to the left of Indiana Jones, right where you came in. But 3 entry rays into Meridia, I think, is pretty telling.
Yeah. Meridia be that way. So I think we can expect to see both majors picked up. And then either Torian or Meridia can be close either. I don't think we finished Brinstar either.
No. Bambi came across Norfair before getting to the map station. Ice Beam. Yep.
So with High Jump Spring Ball, you can do all the water rooms as long as you can double Spring Ball jump, but that's not going to be in hard logic. It's also not going to be something that everyone can do. It's actually really hard. So it's still helpful to like have those extra water movement items. So ice and gravity is just always good to find because faster is it doesn't make things only possible, but it makes them faster. And we also know that Bambi wants to be collecting hollows for supers. E-tanks are still helpful.
Gameaholic finds fast pillars room.
Yeah. So like can go through fast pillars. It just needs to be aware that you're going to lose about a tank and a half going through it each way. And that's not a safe play to make.
No.
So we can do something safer. Looks like heading to the top left first, and that's where the save was. And then once you have a save, you can freely just pick directions and take resets.
Mm-hmm.
That's really helpful for being comfortable. In this situation, the map is right below, So you just take that save and just head directly to the map, and don't worry about dying to anything or getting soft locked. Missile.
There's the jail missiles. Bambi really thinking about where to go from here. He is going for that major.
Is this the path to the major?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
It's right
I thought it
there.
was a down path, but it's the next
it's
one.
Criteria crab hole.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
Yep. Which is more than easily maneuverable with all the movement tech. And Bambi's gonna get these missiles while he's here. Watch it be wave beam.
Watching. It's wave beam. Wow. Who could have predicted?
I mean, gravity's just too easy. Plasma was too easy.
Fair. It's a logical deduction that this was wave beam. So that is Ice Wave Spazer for Bambi.
We know that charge beam is the far south, the far east major in criteria.
Yeah, Seed making Gameaholic work real hard to get to this.
Oh my
map.
goodness, Gameaholic's going down pants room. Okay.
Oh no.
F.
Yeah. Got a little morph lock there on top
Yeah.
of the Poyo.
Those Poyos are tough. They do some damage.
It's about 60 damage because they're Meridian enemies. You do really want the map though.
Absolutely. This pants room was guarding the map the entire time?
It's 3 Musketeers into Pants Room.
Interesting.
That's why his health was so low.
Even worse. But we know where Varia suit is again, so possibly coming back here is logical afterwards. But we will see. Bambi taking a little farm here.
Yeah.
Through Brainstar Maze. Not Brainstar, Wreckship Maze. Into Pants Room for Gameaholic.
Yep,
Smart
Bambi
to
and
lay down
Torian.
Yeah, smart to lay down a power bomb though. Clearing out the Poyos beforehand.
Easily crosses the sand.
Mhm.
Doesn't have an easy way through this room though.
No, not the room he wants to see.
Yeah, this is a death.
Yep.
You take about
You
60
still-
damage on the elevator.
Yeah, you still do. Yeah, if you're not unfamiliar, in Map Rando, you take damage like that. But again, Gameaholic, right there, at the map station, was within reach.
Yeah,
So with all
so
the
to
heated
get
rooms-
to that map,
Hmm?
you would farm the Poyos, most likely. Keep reloading the Pants Room, the bottom part of it.
Yeah.
Farm for health drops. Well, that's a lot of time to commit on that map.
Yeah. Bambi into Fish Tank.
A fish tank should be fully navigatable with high jump, spring ball, and ice. You actually need all 3 of those to get to the left side doors. I'd like to see the rolling spring ball jump to the door, to the top door. So we're getting... Just gonna drop down. I don't know how they're deciding which door to go to. Probably looking for a map. It just wants to go far left. Both runners making plays towards maps.
Yeah. Do it.
On Bambi's side, it's a situation where you'd want to have a save set up beforehand. so you can get the map and then reset back in case there's nothing over here.
Honestly, great question from Pizza and Twitch chat. Pizza asks, are they right in assuming that if there's a place where you can farm back to full health, the logic can expect you to do so, no matter how slow it is?
So we have to handpick which places are considered good farm spots. The below space room Bambi was just in, that counts as a full health refill and I think also a full super refill. It really shouldn't. But it can expect you to just reload that room over and over and get all your health back. Something we're going to change in the next release. Same with the pants room, the Poyos. That counts as a health refill. But then there's other rooms. Usually when it's just a single enemy, they don't count as health refills. Yeah, we're gonna change it so that any enemies, like slow health farms, give you less than full refill. And like really efficient farms are gonna be full health refills. The
So,
crabs in Everest also count as a full health refill.
ooh.
The two at the bottom, specifically.
Major at Super Missile Hole in Main Street. Where are all the bosses?
That major. We did see a major in Main Street.
Yep.
But otherwise, just heading back, I think. Long trip back.
Yeah. We've only seen Ridley so far. Where are the rest of the bosses?
They're out there.
Yeah, that's there. They're over there in that general vicinity.
Uh-huh. The randomizer wants them to have all the items first. They have to be ready. Ridley's okay to see immediately, but the others, you gotta prepare a little. So after Torian, Bambi has Meridia pretty close by, and I'm pretty sure didn't get the Brinstar map. Gameaholic's still trying. This is kind of what we've been seeing from Gameaholic. Like, focusing on a thing and putting his all into getting it, and not always having the best luck. Almost has a Crystal Flash. These Poyos have a pretty good drop chance for it, for Power Bombs. There we go. Power Bombs and Map Rando give 2 at a time. So you know. But does need a super to reach the map. So it doesn't actually want a Crystal Flash. What are we seeing on Gameaholic's side? Climb the room.
He wants to farm the bats, fire fleas, whatever you want to call them. Oh my gosh.
They're called menus. They have a silly name.
Yeah. Gameaholic showing off some underwater wall jumps, very nice.
Yeah, so that's a single tile wall jump, and that means you just hold a direction and mash jump.
Very nice.
Menus also hit really hard. On Bambi's side, we're seeing a double spring ball jump.
Also reloading those Poyos. Even though it's a connected room, you still go to the door transition at the bottom. It reloads it.
Poyos are supposed to be the faster way of doing a farm here. So double spring ball jump's not in hard logic. The logical way back up would be to freeze the fish and springball jump onto it. And there may be a path that goes to the top of Main Street and then fall down from there. Haven't quite seen if there is. Kind of an issue with Gameaholics play or decision to get this map is it's a lot of time into just information. There's no converting it into progress with what he's doing right now.
Yep.
Just information. Because this all gets reset. Unless there's something right there. Gravity suit would be nice to see next to the map. Good chance we find some bosses, though.
Mm-hmm. Meridia should hold quite a few. If not the remaining 3.
Yeah. I think this is enough to get to the elevator.
Yeah, we haven't seen wreck ship yet either, Aussie.
Oh, this is tight, but enough.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, getting some ice clips on Bambi's side. This is in hard logic, so it often is used in progression.
Yep. So here we go. Brinstar,
It's
upper
one
left, has nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing worth it in Brinstar at all.
Yeah. We've seen the top major, top of Everest, is Spring Ball. But yeah, nothing here. I don't know if that means that Bambi just goes Meridia and finds all the information at once. But did not get the Crab Supers major.
The remaining maps remaining Meridia and wreck ship. Correct, Pizza.
Yeah, it wasn't really too hard to get that major. Left it. Triple grab by the Metroids, and then they did 50 damage during the transition.
Okay. So yes, one of those remaining maps is the wreck ship map station, which means you need to beat Phantom first. We haven't seen East Ocean yet either. Oh, it's gonna be West Ocean.
Yeah. East Ocean we've seen.
You know, so yeah. It's West Ocean we haven't seen.
West Ocean, a standout room. You look for it every seed. It has 3 items and an uncountable number of doors. There's so many doors.
Mm-hmm. Or if you commentate enough, you see it, get disgusted, and want to see another room. I kid.
What?
Ooh!
The start of a seed?
Exactly, at the start. Immediately to the left, West Ocean, which means sky missiles.
Oh. Gameaholic took a reset, fell in the spikes. After getting speed.
Bambi now
Like
into
they lost
in
the
game.
spring ball too.
Yeah.
It's Meridia. We're in a new zone. Let's head to the map.
Yay, map.
Probably a good play.
Where do we write that?
So this is West Sandhall. The easy way to do this is to run in from the dry room, from worst room, and you just jump across with high jump. Also, that pirate doesn't shoot at you if you're just standing on the floor. He just looks back and forth.
Gameaholic struggling a bit in this seed.
We also saw that above West Sandhall was Norfair. And so to continue right would have been to just go back to Norfair. But the map's over there.
Yeah, Bambi's getting further and further away from the map. I think that was 4 spawn supers.
If you're screw attacking, the Metroids do not damage you through transition. Power amps do 100 damage if you hit them. Very dangerous for arcade and area randomizer. And we are into the last area.
Wreck ship. Ooh, and a very close map station.
Starts with a gate glitch, though. Hard logic, it expects 15 tries for a gate glitch, including this one. It is a frame-perfect shot. This one gives people the most trouble. Large part is because there's no easy super refill right here. Not really familiar with the crouch jump setup. Super Metroid Arcade. It's a ROM hack. It basically gives you rooms in a random order. And it has a internal scoring system. Like arcade games, where you kill enemies to get points. If you get enough points, then you get more time. You're on a timer to just do as many rooms as you can, kill as many bosses as you can. Enemies scale with difficulty over time.
Another entrance to the wreck ship. Shack tool.
Yeah. Reverse shack tool rip. It's fun to see for the first time. Fun to do. It's a lot faster than waiting for shack tool.
There's Big Pink.
Yeah, Big Pink, another important room. Watch out for. But we're not seeing Fantoon right here. We have to go a little further. Bambi basically at ammo go mode.
40-30. What you looking for?
Yeah, 2 more missile packs. But the supers are the hard part.
Yes.
So I think Gameaholic has Spring Ball, but did not get Speed Booster.
I got
Does
both.
have Speed Booster. Thanks for the pause.
Fantoon.
Fantoon. Yeah, Fantoon always gonna be right next to the paired off map. So normally the wreck ship items, except for spooky missiles and a lot of the criteria items, like don't spawn until you set some game flags. And there's a setting that's on by default to just have those items appear. Originally it wasn't that way, but it's kind of not very fun to have to remember to go back for a location,
Right.
like after finding Pantan. And so that's why the map, the powered off map, is always right next to Pantan. Same idea.
Nicely done from Bambi.
That's our first boss kill. 52 minutes in. Sometimes this just happens in map Rando. But a lot of the time, once you start getting boss kills, then you get all the boss kills pretty soon after. As Wave Beam decides to gate glitch.
There's Kraid. West Ocean that has missiles and a far-off major, probably
Yep.
plasma.
It could be gravity at this point. It has to be somewhere. Those are the choices, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heavy plasma. Cover behind waterway. And then the other one would be at Crab Supers. That kind of makes it odder for Bambi to skip Crab Supers. If it's between Charge, Plasma, and Gravity, you want those. I suppose you don't need them. You don't need Gravity for Water Rooms. Might be thinking that this is just skill mode.
Nice quick crate kill from Bambi.
Mm-hmm. So maybe wants to pick up some extra missiles. But otherwise has to cross the whole world to get back to Criteria for Ridley.
Yep.
Actually doesn't have the Brinstar map, so doesn't know that Meridia is going to be the final bosses. But does have to go back for Ridley.
Valerian in chat with the very astute comment of first we get items, then we kill bosses, evening chat and comms. Very astute observation. First get items, then kill bosses.
Mm-hmm.
What's up,
Information item bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Is going for the major over here.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
We know it's plasma or gravity. We know this. Bambi does not.
Well, Bambi knows it's charge, plasma, or gravity.
Skepticon is correct. Bambi did save up the crate.
It is very easy to like not count your majors or not be aware of which ones are low. Just not be thinking about it. So gonna give us a Shine Spark through the waterway. Speed blocks. What do we have?
Gravity.
It's a gravity suit. That's the best find for sure.
Absolutely.
Plasma wouldn't have been too helpful. But gravity's gonna speed up a lot of this return route. There were many water rooms to go through. I suppose a lot of them were in Torian. You don't have to go through there again. It's gonna make getting the Meridian map a lot easier. We saw Bambi had to turn around at West Sandhall. So, Gameaholic. There's a major to the left. Has the various suit.
We know that major's wave beam.
Yes. The gravity's still helpful because it speeds up all the water rooms. It also gives damage reduction. Each suit individually is 50% damage reduction. If you have both, then it's 75%. So if you're trying to do a 3-tank Ridley fight with only Varia, and you're used to playing 80%, then you're not really aware that he's going to be doing so much more damage.
And if you somehow cheat and get Phazon suit in Super Metroid, then you're just a... Wave beam for Gameaholic. So now Gameaholic with that charge beam has the PRKD beam.
Mm-hmm. So it's good enough to finish the seed, but you have to be up on your PRKD. Like, be able to dodge bosses long enough to just kill them. If it were plasma, you could probably just kill the bosses before you yourself die. Would like to have more E-tanks though, just for Mother Brain. 3 Anvaria is just the minimum.
So Meridia contains Dragon and contains Mother Brain. So we see Gameaholic working his way back up Everest. Bambi, most likely she making a play for Criteria for Ridley. That's where we see Gameaholic going.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense for Gameaholic to do Ridley right now. If you know that, like, either Torian or Meridia, like, one of them leads into Wrecked Ship, and between the 3 of them is going to be all remaining bosses.
Yep, and Bambi's officially in go mode. 40-35.
Yep, well past go mode.
So for those of you that are unaware why Bambi is in go mode, in Map Rando with these settings, super missiles do double damage to Mother Brain 1 and 2. Because there's only 2 phases of Mother Brain here in Map Rando. So rather than having like 40-60, 45-65 in any percent, or in any other rando rather, what you're looking for is 40-30. Which I believe honestly gets you to break the glass and finish the fight.
Kind of watching Gameaholic right now. It is tied to a Key Hunter, so it needs to not drop the screw attack at a bad time. Yeah, it's basically 36 missiles for the glass plus Mother Brain 1, and then 30 supers for Mother Brain 2. Because supers are doing double damage.
Both racers back into Criteria now, heading for Ridley. Again, by process of elimination, we know where Dragon and Mother Brain are. Both racers know where Ridley is. Gameaholic has no clue about Kraid and Phantoon yet. It is going to be the first racer to reach Ridley, though.
Yeah. Like, both of them know that you want to reduce your backtracking by taking care of Ridley now. The only thing is, you need to balance that with how quickly you can do the Ridley fight. So, Gameaholic needs to be able to survive. Like, needs to be comfortable with that aspect to it. And then has to do the fight quickly. And with 15 supers and New Route Beam, it's a pretty fast fight. I like 30 shots. That's almost like 30 seconds slower than Bambi's fight. With the extremely rough math. Or no, 15 seconds. 30 seconds. Supers are going to be so much better damage than these charge shots.
Mm-hmm. What's the damage difference?
So the beam is 300 damage. And these supers are 600 damage.
There you go.
The beam is 1 shot every second. The supers are 3 supers every second. So it is about 6 times as fast for supers.
And you're about to see that here put to the test on Bambi's side.
Yeah. Gameaholic can hit all these supers, so still should be out of the fight first. Giving us some good unspin manips. You have to unspin while being above the door when Ridley's pogoing, get him to turn around and continue pogoing. Yep, they're both through. Pretty fast fight. No problems.
Nope. Very nice.
So what does Gameaholic need to do? We've seen like which regions?
So we know Fantoon was in Wreck Ship. Kraid was in Meridia. No, Kraid wasn't in Meridia.
Yeah, they were
Kraid
both
was Torian.
I think they were both Wreck Ship.
Were they both Wreck Ship? They both are Wreck Ship. Well, there you go.
Yeah, so there's...
Right, because Fantoon unlocked Kraid. Yes. Wreck Ship and Meridia.
Yeah, so Gameaholic wants to avoid Torian, which is not likely.
Nope.
Bambi wants to avoid Brinstar, which is not likely. Or wait, does Bambi have Meridia map?
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Yep, remember, Bambi was going for that map and then came across Norfair, and it's just been clean sailing for Bambi from there. So Bambi has not gone back for that Brinstar map quite yet.
I know the Meridia map. Did Bambi run to the Meridia map? And
No.
have the information?
Neither Brinstar or Meridia, I believe, for Bambi.
Right. So it's looking like both of them are going to do the slow thing that's not going to be progression.
It's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And today's community race, 15 people are currently are racing it. 2 people have already completed the seed.
Yep, pretty decent turnout for one of these races.
Mm-hmm. Folks, if you want to get involved, head over to maprando.com, come join the Discord. And if you want to get involved in racing, come race. Make sure you sign up for the races role. If you want to track or commentate in the race planning channel, top of the page is crew signups.
Yep. Or you can ask me directly about it.
That too.
We like having helpers. But these restreams are mostly organized through the Rando Discord.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of racers that constantly go on Aussie, and I mean a lot. So don't be shy. You don't have to just compete in the weekly. And if you have questions, there are so many people willing to help. So many.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I love it. You know, I've already said, you know, I tried 2 of these seeds of my own. So many people, even just in my Twitch chat, you know, helping me out throughout the seed, trying to give me advice. Again, the community is just all sorts of outstanding. Just come in, ask you questions, and help. Bambi and Gameaholic doing exactly what we told them not to do.
What are they thinking?
Gameaholic, Centurion, Bambi's going for the Brinstar map station.
Oh no, they entered regions and they're going for the map.
Yep.
This was a pretty fast map for Bambi. Hopefully saved. Like, do you even need to save here, actually?
No. It's about a minute, 2-minute loss.
Few really slow rooms back.
Yeah.
Yep. There's that one region. It's gonna have 2 more bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we're getting full clears from both of them.
Yeah.
And then Gameaholics can have the gravity suit at the end of his clear. Hopefully before doing everything in Meridia, though. At least that's my prediction. Gameaholic picks up gravity. But yeah, Bambi just doing these very difficult rooms after getting all the items. And we saw Gameaholic lose a lot of time trying to get this Brinstar map. And that's just where most of the gap in the finish times is going to be from. Bambi waiting to get more items before doing the difficult thing. Bambi has seen all the majors, so knows where charge is, but already has the ammo. Doesn't need to get it. And this Torian map is actually pretty far. Bambi back into Meridia, the final region they need to be in. Back in Norfair, one last time.
On the way to Meridia.
Yeah. So we're gonna take the left sandpit, probably. Left sandpit should just fall all the way down though, and connect to the west sandhole. So I don't think it makes a difference. We have hollow dots. E-tanks aren't bad.
Nah. Definitely helpful.
So, this is Bambi getting the final map.
How close are Dragon and Mother Brand? Not close. Not close at all.
Over in that little pocket down there. Off you go.
You go, Bambi. Shoo. Go beat the bosses.
Yep. Full go mode now. That's a reset to ship. On Gameaholic side. Was really deep in Torian.
Yep. 5 of 15 people have finished in the race room. GG's to the ones that finished. The Gameaholic reset.
Yeah, Torian was just really slow.
Ugh,
It didn't have a
that's
good
tough.
save setup.
That's really tough.
I don't know which save you would want to set up, but you kind of expect one of the bosses to be there. Raid, Fantoon, or Dragon, and just nothing was there.
Yeah.
I guess it's easier to run back from the ship, but it's not fast. It's gonna pass up the Crab Supers major, which was Plasma.
Yep. By process of elimination.
Yeah. It'd be very weird to stop in and pick that up, as good as Plasma is. I'd still like to see Gameaholic find some E-tanks.
Yeah.
It, like, has 2 whole regions to explore still.
In regards to the SpeedGaming Live 2024 Map Rando tournament, Aussie versus Nitro best of 3 scheduled for this Sunday night. What time are we starting, Aussie? 8 o'clock, I think? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, all 3 back to back. The Oats and Eddie race should be similar. Like, should be this weekend too, but they haven't scheduled yet that I've seen.
Yeah. Oats just got back from vacation.
Yeah. Same with Nitro. Nitro, some kind of trip. So that's why we had a big break in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. We were also just way ahead on scheduling too. So now Gameaholic thinking about where to go from here.
Thinking of M. See if we can get a quick kill here. Oh, very high jump. That's an interesting way to do it. The straight shot. It does get the quick kill. I'm still used to seeing basically everyone miss that and take multiple tries. But I don't really see people miss it anymore. So that's the 4 bosses down. That's going to lower all the gates in the Mother Brain room.
Yeah.
Bambi can just run straight through and get that final boss fight over with.
Get your predictions in now, folks. What do you think the escape timer is going to be?
Yeah, this is...
I'm going to go really out there, Aussie. I'm going to go 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's probably not even far off. It's a big Meridia, a medium Norfair, a little bit of Brintstar, and then a lot of Criteria. Yeah, over 3 minutes, please. Won't be saving the animals. That is not on.
405 prediction. Again, probably not that far off.
There's going to be 50% escape timer as leniency.
Aussie, what do you think? Time-wise.
I think you're pretty close. I'm going to say 3.5.
3.5, okay, I got 340. Again, folks, if you want, get them in Twitch chat right now. We got a 310, 405. Aussie says 330. I say 340.
No third phase to the Mother Brain fight, so
Nope.
we are at the escape right here.
All right, Aussie, here we go. And Bambi taking a quick peek at the map to know his route out. Let's go. 4:15. Wow.
Yeah, that's a long escape. All right.
It's one of the longer escape timers I've seen through any map rando race that I've commentated.
It makes sense though. There's like 4 regions, and you have to do a lot in each one.
Yep.
So long escape means that if you're good at like executing each room, like compared to a hard difficulty, then it's gonna be easier to make the timer.
Yep. So Gameaholic did reset back to Aqueduct. Looks like Gameaholic is going to go to that sand pit, too. Which we know connects to West Sand Pit.
Yeah, the sand pits are kind of interesting to think about. There's a limited set of the sand rooms, or rooms that connect to other sand entrances. So you can think about how they all piece together, and like plan out the shapes, like how left sand pit, like it's vertical but shifts it 1 tile over. Right sand pit shifts it 1 tile to the right. East and west sand holes have different sizes. So you can kind of piece together how the shapes fit. And also know that it has to use all of them. Anyway, Gameaholic can be at the map pretty soon. No enemies in the escape. There is a setting to turn that on, but they're off. And what that means as a second consequence is that there's no helpful enemies like the platforms. Okay, well, took almost 2 minutes to get out of Meridia. I think Meridio would be the longest part, though.
Yeah.
North Remembrance Star should be quick.
So Gameaholic, nicely done. Just needs to finish clearing West Sandpit, and one more and should do it. Nicely done, Gameaholic. Let's get some hype in the chat for Gameaholic. Beautifully done through West Sandpit. Surely Gameaholic's not going to go all the way for Dragon.
No. Gameaholic smart. Knew to go back for Ridley already.
Yep.
Prince Star done.
Yay.
There's also
Go ahead.
It's a case where they had to go back to Ridley, who was next to the ship, so they've had a practice run of bringing back the ship.
Minute 41 on the clock to get from South Criteria all the way to the ship. Plenty of time.
Yeah. There's like enough time to set up another guessing game. It's like how much time are they going to be left with by the time they get to the ship?
Never thought of that. Gameaholic finally enters the correct region.
Is that the gate glitch side?
Yeah.
We saw that Bambi took the other path after giving this a few attempts through Shack Tool. The crab can block your super. Yeah, Bambi's still going.
Ooh, almost. Someone's actually guessing how much time left on the escape timer.
Well, there's 38.
Oh, let's
the room
go!
at 38.
And that's it. 33 seconds on the timer for Bambi. Bambi wins the restream. GG's. And overall, Bambi finishes in 7th place in the race time room with an official time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Yep.
Beautifully done.
Going by points, it's a little bit better than expected. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
First place time. That was Eddie with a 58.55. Which is quite a bit faster than Nevdi, second place with a 104.
Eddie just coming casually in here, watching, just casually drops in a smile. GG's, Eddie.
Smile.
So Eddie's first place, Nevdi second, Sephi third, Baron 4, Step 5th, Emmett 6th, and Bambi 7th.
See. Bambi's been marked done. Might be jumping in here. They had a very strange Discord name, so I don't know if they got the invite.
We shall see. Gameaholic finally onto Phantom. Gameaholic getting fan-tuned. Hey, you're welcome, Baron. Nicely done, Gameaholic.
Yep, no problem.
None whatsoever.
So it's going to unlock the map, and then the map's going to reveal Kraid. And then, I don't know if he actually needs the gravity suit. Bit of a side trip. And already knows where all the bosses are.
We'll see. You know what's out of the way with? But still would come in handy. I can't remember back to the Dragon piece. I mean, you have enough that you don't need gravity to get out of Dragon. But yeah, the only way
I think that was East Cat Alley.
Yeah.
You have to go that way.
So Gameaholic gonna go kick Kraid's butt.
It looks like you do need East Cat Alley. So it would help to have gravity. That room is very difficult to do without gravity. The easiest way would be underwater wall jumps into space jump off the water. And that sounds hard, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not hard as in what we're playing now. Difficult. Clean Kraid fight. So when you hit Kraid with a charge shot, then the claw is going to lock in place. Like a shot that reveals his weak point. And that means that the claw is not going to be moving around to block your supers. So this looks to me like a play for gravity, which we've decided is a good idea. E-tanks are, I guess, what was on his mind.
Hey, Gameaholic's flying now.
It's actually just 2 rooms away. And then we'll see if he changes his mind.
What, East Cat Alley?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough room with no gravity.
Quite.
There's no other way there, Gameaholic. No other way. You have to get through East Cat Alley to get to Dragon.
Yeah. Then looking at the energy, like gravity's gonna be a lot safer for the defensive properties. Like 3 energy tanks is the bare minimum for Mother Brain, and then has that extra reserve for a little bit extra, can take some hits. There's a save not too far away.
Is Gameaholic really saying no to this?
Like, come on. It's only extreme tech.
Unless he's
Just
going
wanna
to
get a
back
spike
in
suit.
save. Ah, he could do Spike Suit.
Yeah, just scanning for a spike suit spot here. It does have low enough energy. Go for the crystal spark. Call it. Get a blue suit off of that. If he wants majors, then it's either a wreck ship or a Torian. The wreck ship's gonna be the closer one.
Which we know is the right choice.
Yeah.
I think he's going for that save station.
I don't really know what he's thinking. But what we're about to see. But there are different choices you can make here.
Bambi, you did a great job. Did you want to come and have an interview? Post-game interview? No pressure, you don't have to. You should have gotten a link from the SpeedGaming bot. It's all good. Like I said, no pressure.
No, no pressure. Everyone in chat can still give Bambi a follow.
Absolutely. Make sure you give Bambi a follow. Give Gameaholic a follow. Give Aussie a follow just because he's Aussie.
WX fan a follow. Yep, it's a great showing for Bambi.
Absolutely. Great job from both runners. Gameaholic at this point is literally just trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah. Idling on the map screen for a little while here. Looking up a guide on how to do a crystal spark. That's what's happening. What other wild predictions could we make about what's happening? If the idea was to get a major, then wreck ship is the closer one. So I don't know where he's planning on going. If you were wandering around for not a major, it would be to do a spike suit. If you need E-tanks for Mother Brain, that could be a reason to wander around. Look for hollows. So, kind of just have to wait and see.
I'd go and at least try to give it a try.
What would you do? There's three.
I would pull up a tutorial on one other screen and give it a try on my other screen.
Yeah, so there's 3 in-room strats you can do, and then there's a spike suit method. So what are you going for?
I'm probably going for the in-room strats. I think holding a spike suit that long is very difficult.
Yeah. So it's a mix of dodging enemies and water rooms. So spike suit would be kind of hard. Go for hollows. Are there any hollows near Mother Brain? Is that the concern?
What's Gameaholic going for a hollow for? An energy tank?
I think it'd be for energy tank.
Now Gameaholic looking for those majors. Yep.
So you can gravity jump up Precious Room. Isn't too hard, but might take a few tries. There's a Shine Spark you can do, but that'll be a lot harder. Could also just Springball jump up. Reset out. It's a lot of indecision. I was saying gravity would also help with the health issue, if there is an issue. Major spotted. So East Cack Alley in room, you can do the underwater wall jump I was talking about. You could also do a springboard jump into landing on a Cack Attack spike to bounce out of the water. And you can also do a springboard jump into a IBJ. But it's harder than it sounds. Okay. I'm wondering if he just didn't see the other one, the other major.
The wreck ship one? He saw it.
Yeah. Like, it was on screen, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But he's kind of focusing on the Torian one, but not really going for it and still looking at the map. So it's like... He knows there's two left, and that's one of them.
Yep. And that is unfortunate. Gameaholic is going away from the wrong major.
Yeah. Does have a save set up here. Plasma would also make the final fights a lot easier.
It's true.
Like, if you're not doing the quick grapple kill, then Dragon could take a lot of energy. Like, he could take a bunch of hits. This is a spike suit room. So this is what we were looking for all along. Spike suits.
It's going to be one heck of a long hole with a spike suit.
Yeah, this is the entirety of Meridia. We are in the door to Norfair. Setting this up.
And now you're in the Norfair. Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
Whoops-a-toodles.
This isn't the easiest short charge.
No.
Fortunately.
Double tap just missed it.
It's just long enough of a runway that you think you can do it pretty safely, but it's short enough that you actually miss it quite a bit. So if the snail hits you and you're running the whole time, it means you weren't running when you entered the room. Come out. Point blank powerbomb. That's a sign of someone who unmorphs with the jump button. And they turn spring ball off. So yeah, spike suit would be really difficult to hold for that long. But you could get a blue suit, and that would be easier to hold. But harder to set up. That takes more specialized knowledge. Back in T. Just taking a peek at the schedule. See that something was added for this channel later tonight, but not anytime soon.
Okay, good.
Yeah, right now in SpeedGaming, it's mostly Zelda 1 randomizer group stages. So it's going to be SpeedGaming main, as well as 2. Just starting even. And then also some Final Fantasy randomizer coming up on 3. So, gravity's still what we're looking for. That means we have to do another ice clip here. It's actually 3 like, slow water rooms connected right in a row here to get to this major. So you gotta do the ice clip, and then fish tank. Reaching top left door from fish tank really isn't hard, but I don't see many people do it the easy way. I guess the easy way is to freeze the fish. But if you don't have ice, you can just roll and jump with spring ball. Like, shouldn't be any kind of problem getting to this major. And then in the beach room, you just freeze a fish to get up. But lots of water, and water is slow.
Ouch.
Okay, not ideal.
Nope.
So this is the logical way back up. Even made it to the door.
Gameaholic, right as the fish almost was
Gaming.
unfrozen. Wow.
Okay, now for the disappointment.
Yep. Staring at it. Defeated the thing, like, really? That's what I need to deal with? Oh, excuse me, hang on a second, Aussie. I gotta go push a very heavy button.
So the way back, the easy way would be to freeze the fish after falling through the door, actually.
Ouch.
Got him. So now it has to be a double spring ball jump.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Didn't take many tries. Very hard to do. You don't have any leniency frames for a double spring ball jump. And apparently everyone knows how to do it. A few years ago, no one could do double spring ball jumps. It's a part of like making map random logic, but just more generally reflecting on Super Metroid over the years. I kind of see what skill levels people have been at. The first pass through the logic, things like hypo jump and double spring ball jump too, were just seen as too difficult to even put in logic at all. But then as time passed, people got better at the game and more consistent at the tricks. So now they're in logic. They're at the higher difficulty levels, but they are in logic. Oh. I'm gonna be leaving double spring ball jump in expert.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still a very mechanically difficult trick. Like, expert's where it's at. I can't think of all the other tricks that are seen a lot in... mostly in very randomizer tournaments. So the Batoon Crystal Flash clip. And like hypo wall jump. Double spring wall jumps. One. And then another one is the underwater wall jumps through East Cack Alley. Like, a lot of people have to learn them to be competitive. So that's going to encourage new people to focus on those sooner compared to like general movement stuff. I don't know. I like where they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're a mix of expert and extreme level tricks. Rule of thumb difference between expert and extreme is mostly the cost of retrying. Like if you have to reset, then it goes into extreme. Or if it takes multiple, like somewhat costly attempts, then it's extreme. Or if it's actually just really difficult, like underwater wall jumps. Expert is for if things are very difficult, but you can get it consistent with enough practice. So it does run into that gravity suit.
Mm-hmm. Gameaholic has a full tracker.
Does not have plasma.
Gameaholic reset plasma.
Gameaholic reset plasma.
Alright. Thank you.
Picked up all the majors, but does not have them all. Yep. Let's go ahead and unpress that button. Okay, now, we're into East Cack Alley.
Hooray!
I feel like that was a long time between seeing this room and being able to go through it. So, Dragon. I think you save after Dragon,
Makes sense.
if not before. Always pretty good farm room, too. Like, you don't need to have your 20 supers for Mother Brain, but it's gonna make the fight safer and a little faster. It's not really faster because the farming time cancels it out. But it's just something you can do for a safer fight. Oh, we found a spike suit room. I think he wants a spike suit. So let's see if we can get a quick kill.
Oh,
Interesting.
that was weird.
It was weird. I found on the very left side, when you're going for the grapple kill, if you're too far to the left, then you'll bug out and fly away early.
Nice. Good job, Gameaholic.
I also wanted to mention that having gravity makes the grapple kill, I don't know if it's easier, but more consistent because you have better control of your movement. But then on the right side, doesn't really matter.
All set. Gameaholic on to Mother Brain. Eco farm room.
Yeah. Yeah, with the increased drop chance for supers.
One
Eddie,
super out of that entire Keiko.
Eddie's always gonna remind me of the one race that we had where we had to farm Kagos for Crystal Flash ammo, and then right after that, we buffed the drop rate of supers from Kagos.
There you go. All right, here we go.
An off-screw attack. Doesn't have much extra health. Kind of been watching Gameholic's energy the entire seed, it seems like. 3 tanks is the minimum, and this is with a reserve extra.
Nice. I wonder what the escape timer is gonna be.
I'm gonna guess 3.5 minutes.
I'm gonna go back to my original guess of 340.
Yeah, it's a pretty long escape. I think you're pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite possible that, that 4 minutes, 4 minutes and 5 seconds that Skepticon guest in chat might be a little close.
Yeah, I'd believe it if it was that. We have to do all of Meridia, and then a good chunk of Norfair, a bit of Brinstar, and then pretty much all of Criteria too. I could see that being 4 minutes or more.
Commentators are trying to give you all content. What do you want from us?
Yeah, if you need content, just repeat content. Or energy to spare.
Wow.
Let's fight. So we're going to take 300 damage here. No Mother Brain 3 because we are on default quality of life settings. Just means no Mother Brain 3. And the full flag set is going to be hard, tricky, default quality of life, and bosses objective. Okay, so Gameaholic may be less familiar with the run back to the ship. Bambi had a 33-second time when hitting the ship. Let's see if Gameaholic can beat that. Yeah, that's the new game we're playing. Easily crosses East Cat Alley. It's a lot easier when you're going right to left, you know?
Absolutely.
Very clean space jumps through Green Hills. Feels good to get those.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Gameaholic.
Normally
Gameaholic,
falling
you should
through...
Yeah, you should go refill your health, Gameaholic, I'm just saying. You don't have enough.
Could use some ammo too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. You need to go get an ammo room. Make sure you get a save.
Yeah, get a save in.
Mm-hmm. You have any maps you
wait for
haven't gotten
danger.
yet?
Like some maps for next seed.
Exactly.
Show off the shortcut through this super gate above? No?
Challenge Beardness to a 1v1. Oh, hi, Beard.
I mean, you say that, but this race is still going. Only half the races are done.
Room.
Half the room still playing.
Now, in all all seriousness, Beardness, I hope you're feeling better. And one last time, folks, make sure you give the races a follow, exclamation point R, chat exclamation point C, to follow the commentary and tracking teams.
Our favorite commands.
No, Beardness, I'm not challenging you. Fight me on a basic tricky seed, Beard. You're gonna challenge the CS caster to some CS, you probably win. My elo is not as high as yours. Beautiful shine spark through climb tower.
Yep. Had to prepare that in advance too. Top right door. He remembers.
Hooray!
The memory.
Well, I think with the amount of times Gameaholic and Bambi both had to go through Everest, I think that makes a lot of sense. We take a look at, just this seed as a whole. It was a relatively tough seed. All things considered.
Yeah, it had some tricky rooms you had to cross. It had a lot of misleading regions that you go through and just waste a lot of time. It was hard to go directly to the items in this seed. It's hard to get a really fast time. It probably helps to be practiced on very hard level seeds to play this.
Yeah. Yeah, so here goes Gameaholic. Getting closer and closer. Minute 5 on the clock. Plenty of time on the escape timer, clock, whatever you want to call it.
But the real time to beat is 33.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't beat 33, you immediately forfeit.
Yeah. Don't beat 33, lose the race. In this 1v1. So how many rooms is it? Oh.
There you go.
Beat 33.
The Gameaholic beat 33. 36 seconds left on the escape timer.
Nice.
The Gameaholic finally done. GG's Gameaholic. GG's Bambi.
Yep, GG's both of our runners here. That's good for 9th place. So Bambi with the 7th and Sunwoo with a 128.45. Gameaholic with 156.
What a seed. So we'll see if Gameaholic wants to join on the post-game. Would not blame him if he did it. J-Double correct. This is the only map rando race tonight. If you are interested, we've got Aussie versus Nitro on Sunday night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, this is one of the community races we do that get restreamed on SpeedGaming. So Wednesday and Saturdays every week, unless it gets overruled by more tournament content. Yeah, these 2 races a week, and otherwise you'd want to check out individual racers for more map rando content. They're racing all the time, every night. So that's why you want to give the runners a follow. Watch more map rando.
Oh, yeah. So about that endgame.
What's up, Gameaholic?
Yo.
Yeah, welcome. So about that endgame, I thought you were looking for a spike suit, and you gave it a few shots.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, and then all of a sudden I completely forgot about the other major that was Apparently, gravity. I forgot that gravity was like super close by because I was thinking about the Main Street major that I skipped because I was telling myself, all right, I don't need gravity. Like, what are the chances of Coliseum blocking by the all the end game stuff? Not Coliseum, I meant East Cactally because that's like the only. So
That exact room.
that is the only suit loose room that I can't do. And once I saw that, I should have realized that too. Like I think I glanced on the major and I scoffed it off since I realized I could just since I was at the end game, and then I realized that that was East Cactally, and I completely forgot about the major that was close by when I was visiting Fantoon.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like you think you don't need it, so you go somewhere else, and then suddenly you gotta rethink everything.
Well, it's like I could double spring ball, so I can do like 99% of the water rooms, and lo and behold, East Cactally from left to right was in the map. That's
Have you
on the
put
way to
any
my
time into like a underwater wall jump or the other
Not
ways to do
exactly. I gave it a few minutes and it just felt so odd.
it? Does.
This does make me really want to do that. Also, at least, and also give because I've been practicing some expert techs, and like I said, I know this is an extreme trick, but I feel well. I was told that once you get the hang of it, then you can just pull it off on a whim for the most part. Unlike the other dumb Cactally tracks like the spring ball boost.
Yeah, even the spring ball boost, you have to like learn another kind of fundamental type trick like that. And that's gonna be the frame perfect morph before you can even do the trick.
All right. Yeah.
And
I
if
think
that doesn't work, just learn teleport.
Oh, no,
Teleport over.
yeah, I think my early game was pretty horrendous too, since I died a bunch of times getting grapple beam, and really should have at least bomb jump on the right and grab the extra E-tank. And even so, I still died a lot getting grapple.
Yeah, it's kind of the big thing that stood out was dying to Metroids 3 and North Fair Reserve, and then also trying for the Brinstar map and taking multiple deaths to that.
Yeah, that was what was it? That I think. Oh, I remember now. So I was trying to farm it for the crystal for a CF flash, and then right at the last minute, I remembered that there were super blocks in that room. So the CF would have completely screwed me over.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
thing you did notice though.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it took like a lot of tries to like make it all the way there. Farming wasn't that fast,
Yeah.
so not ideal for something you do in a race. But you did get through.
Yeah,
I saw
definitely.
Bambi actually like skip that map early on and just ran to North Fair blind.
Yeah, I don't know. I would. Yeah, I guess at that point, like I could have spent more time, or spent less time running things blindly. But that's tough to say. I mean, like I was close, so and I think a lot of misplays, like just trying to farm for Crystal Flash. Farm for Crystal Flash ammo was probably the biggest mistake. While trying to route the map path.
End up just getting enough energy to make it. But you didn't make it through. I guess I was wondering if that's kind of how you play these, where you focus on something and just keep at it. Or
I don't know. I find it more fun just to commit to something, and like if it looks plausible, then I'll just commit to it. I think the only exception was it. Actually, I don't know if it's possible, but on the tutorial grapple room, like there's like the water on the rising water. Is it possible to do that jump without any loadouts?
yeah, it's pretty hard to do. You can do it.
All right, so that was something I was debating on doing, but I decided. But since there was a major back there, I decided that it was safe to just not skip it in case there was a suit. But not, yeah, just a lot of silly plays there, and just I don't know. I feel like I made a lot of silly stuff. I feel like the end game was the one I blundered on the most, just trying to figure out how to get cross. Because yeah, I completely forgot about that quick major that's like right at Red Ship, right? Because yeah, I just passed by it, and Had I paid attention to the map and realized that was East Cact Alley, would have grabbed that major from the get-go and probably would have saved. Probably would have spent less time running around doing nothing for the last 20 minutes.
I'd say the big problem there was the doing nothing part. It's just a lot of time thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
But something to work on for next time.
Yeah, other than the blunders, it was fun. Like, I always love running these community races.
Yeah, it's been great having you on too. You've been doing a lot of the races, but finally getting on the restream here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks for giving me the opportunity to show off how much I can blunder in these runs.
You did fine.
Anytime.
All right, Aussie, why don't you take us away and get us out of here?
Okay. So GG's to both Bambi and Gamehola for being our featured runners today on the Wednesday night restream on SpeedGaming of Super Metroid Map Randomizer. You can check it out at maprando.com. This will be it from us here, WXFan, and I'm Aussie101. And with that, see you all next mission.
See you then.